Hope you're all well. I'm Sitha and welcome to my channel, which is here to advise, motivate, and yeah, support whatever you do. Today I'm going to be talking about how I got my house. Well, me and my husband got my house at me 25. He's just older than me, but here's some tips we took. In all honesty, I took from him. He's older, so he does have nuggets of wisdom. But yeah, how we got our house at 25 for myself, which at the time I never even thought I could do. For me, obviously it's a blessing because I was able to have a partner that was so already set in what he wanted, knew what he wanted, and he was able to kind of open my eyes as well. So a bit of advice from me about that. So how I got the house at 25, I met my partner. But all jokes aside, he was definitely the catalyst, would I say, into me thinking about the future, because like I said before, I think in previous video, I had set my life out very much like go to uni, go to college, get a job, and then I think I kind of went there, but then I kind of got stuck because I was like, yeah, I want a house, but at the same time I think I wasn't really like in that position anyway. I just felt like, oh, I'm in a job that I'm not really feeling, and for me to get a house was very much like I wanted to have a job that I could see myself staying in for a very long time. I'm just gonna take my glasses off. So yeah, he kind of was like, we started dating. I feel like I might as well just do like my how I met my husband story, because in a way he's kind of part of most of it. So yes, we met, I think after 8 months of dating. He was like, do you want to start saving together for a house? I was like, no sir. I was like, excuse me, I don't know you like that, Mr. Man. Like, I like you, but I was, the cautious me and the safety side was like, are you trying to scam me out of money? Obviously he wasn't. He was like, we'll save separately, you save yours, I save mine, and then obviously when we do start thinking about actually when we physically start going into the process of buying a house, we can like put it together, which obviously made sense. So definitely you have to be wise in situations like that. But yes, he was very wise, and at the time I was just kind of rolling with the punches. So I was like, oh, I like him, we'll see how it goes, like, I like you. We'll see how it goes. Like, I wasn't thinking about a house then, and I think it kind of shocked me because it kind of put me in a place of like, yes, okay, this man's actually got plans. He's not just kind of here kind of dating you. He does want to buy a house, and for me it just was, I wasn't a great saver, so I just always never been a great saver, and because he was such a good saver, I was able to kind of learn all those things, have a plan basically. So that's how we kind of started it. He had a plan. He was like, we're having to get in a house within maybe 2 years. Obviously it's only 9 months we're dating, so yeah, 2 years is kind of reasonable, of like saving together. Obviously if you are alone or a single person or someone who's single, you might have to be a bit longer, but if you have that set, that's my first step. Have a plan in place. So be like, I want to get a house within 5 years. Okay, this is the plan. The house I'm looking at is at this budget. Maybe let me get this is what my salary is on, or if I get bonuses, with the bonus I can add that bonus in and just move things around. And I think definitely having that plan in place helps a lot, because then you can be like, this is the area I'm kind of looking into, the amount of money I need, the amount of savings you need. Will the house need a lot of work doing? If you're looking for a new build, not really. If you're looking for an older house, yes, you have to kind of think about those things, because most older houses will need a lot of things done to them. So yeah, first thing, have a plan, set the goal, write it down, write the vision on the tablet, like literally on the laptop or a notebook, like write it on there. I definitely say I'm a big believer in that, like write it down, have your vision board like most people do. And I think that was the first plan. He kind of set that in motion, and once we had that in place, we were like, okay, I'm saving £200 a month, or whatever, how much it is, I don't know how much, but whatever I could get, save or put it into the account. in my account, and then obviously once we kind of were in the process, we'd move the funds. So the first things first, have the plan in place, start saving. Second thing, saving. If you are struggling to save, I definitely say like find someone that you know is a great saver and let them help you, because I definitely was one of them people. I didn't want to be in debt, but I was definitely one of them people like, if I've got the money, I'm spending it. And if I've got zero in my account, it's like, well, I'm not owing anyone, I've used my own money. And this is still not a great way of thinking. I've just never been financially savvy, but I definitely tried to improve over the years. With my partner just being such a great saver, like he was very much like, he was consistent in his savings. I definitely think if you know someone, like my brother-in-law, he was great at uni. I used to be crap with money, so I literally would, because I trusted him, he was great. A brother-in-law, I'd send the money to him from my like account, which I've given when you get given student finance or whatever, every 3 months, 4 months. I literally send it to him and be like, okay, this is a chunk of my money, please keep it for me, and then if I ask for it, can I have it? And most of the time I felt embarrassed to keep asking, so half the time when I did want to get it from him to buy something like a bag, I'd be like, oh, I won't ask him actually, because you know it's a bit embarrassing just asking for a bag. And then if I did need it, I would just be like, oh, can I have £100 please? He'd happily give it to me. So I definitely think that having someone that helps you to be accountable, cash stuffing, I don't know if you've heard of it, but some people I think we're just better at managing money when you've got it in your hand, some not. But for me, I think the cash stuffing has really helped me like budget more than anything, so it helped me budget. One thing I'd say is start saving, if however you can. So the cash stuffing for me was amazing because it just allowed me to touch the money and be like, oh, I'm putting it in a physical form. I can just like, and then after a while you count it, you're like, oh God, I've actually like saved this amount. Where sometimes I think if you have it in the account, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to buy this little top or this bag or this, and then next thing it's gone, and then you just kind of like, oh, okay, then it's gone. Sorry if I keep looking side to side. The lady's gone back into her boot, so I'm just thinking, has she got something for me? Because she went next door. Yeah, she's coming to ours, so we'll go. I'm back. Yeah, so it was just a parcel. It's not for me, I think, because obviously some of it's for Christmas. It's a Donnell parcel. Oh, I nearly forgot, an ISA is amazing as well. So if you don't want to have the cash obviously in your house or anything, ISAs, ones where you can't touch for 5 years, 2 years, those are great. And I don't know if they're still doing the Help to Buy ones. I think my friend used to, when she was trying to get her house, she used the Help to Buy, and they helped. I think they gave her money back as well after. So I definitely say use those resources within like your bank, family, friends, cash stuffing, all those good stuff. Then the next one I would say, definitely prepare yourself in regards to the amount you need to save. So save more than you'll need. It's easy said than done, but definitely is one to point out, just because there's so many fees and stuff when you are trying to buy a house. So just solicitor's fees, what is it called, surveyor fees if you've got an older house, basically check the house out. Hope you can hear me as well, the washing machine's downstairs is on. And definitely just look into all those fees, because they all add up. One minute they do all these checks within the area. It's been a while since I did my house, so I've gotten all those checks, but solicitors definitely is one. They usually give you like an estimate, but then either can be more depending on how much they go back and forth between the seller and the buyer solicitors. So some solicitors are great where they just kind of get it done like that, but then if you do have a seller that just doesn't communicate well to the solicitors, then they charge you for all that communication and chasing they're doing, which is annoying. So yeah, definitely have that in mind, that it will be a lot of fees. So make sure you save your deposit. Usual deposit obviously here in UK is around 10% for a good amount. Usually they'll accept 10%. There are no these 5% ones, but they're difficult to find. You can find them, but they're a bit harder. But yeah, 5-10%, but 10% being the like there. the minimum at least have that. Obviously if you have more, it's great, but most people 10% is what they can afford. You need to get like your decision in principle at the beginning stages, which lasts like 3 months, which is basically a affordability check for whatever house you do get. So when you start looking, you think to yourself, oh, we want this house around this price range. Usually you can do it online now. Basically go in there, fill in some details, name, age, how much you earn, outgoings, and it'll kind of give you like an idea of how much the bank would in proposal wise give you for your mortgage. So you can then go to the letting agent and be like, we have a decision principle, can we look at houses, and they usually take you more seriously when you do that, whereas sometimes you don't always have it. Agencies can just be like, can you come back with a decision principle? Not everyone, but we found that most of them would wanted to see it because they didn't really want to be showing you houses that you can't really afford, and then I guess it's wasting their time. But yeah, definitely think of that in savings wise. In regards to that, for me, definitely the savings bit was the main bit. Make sure your financials are in good shape. Obviously, credit score, for me, that was a whole debacle because my credit score was actually decent because I'd actually had to get a credit card so then I could increase it, because we're like, we need to know that you've got, I don't know, we can lend you stuff and then we can like you can pay it back on time. I hate credit cards, but I had to get one for like the few months I did have. So I've got the credit card, you know, used it and paid it back, and that increased my credit score. But the thing is, I've got a twin sister. She has the same initials as me and we're a twin, so we have the same date of birth, and our names are literally the same length, the first names and obviously the last names. So most of the time people think it's a type error and just ignore either me or her and kind of think they're correcting it by just choosing one of the names. So yeah, long story short, they they had her records on mine and I had to remove that because that was affecting my records, and it was a long thing. So that ended up delaying our process within like 5 months, 6 months, because I got it removed from one credit agency, but then there was another credit agency that didn't remove it, and I kept having to chase them. It took forever. I did end up complaining and got compensation for that. Not that I'm a complainer, I hate complaining, but even the complaint letter wasn't really a complaint. It was literally just, I was telling them what I'd gone through. I was just kind of, and I was at that point, I was like, can you please help me? Because I've been here for like 5-6 months and you've not helped me. And then after they were like, we reviewed your letter as a complaint letter, so we're going to compensate. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. But still, for me, I didn't care about that because I was like, you just delayed my house process really more than anything. But that was a story in itself. That was just the stressful bit. I think out of everything, that was the most stressful bit because it was just the waiting, chasing up, giving them stuff they needed, and then proof of identity, and then they still weren't changing it, and then calling, and then still, it was just a lot. So I think out of the whole process, you'd be really surprised the things that end up being the issues, which you never thought there would be. So yeah. So you definitely check your credit score. Experian, for me, I went to Experian, they were great because they removed everything like within, I think, 2 days or something, when I sent them everything, like my sister's ID, my ID, and they removed it. And then there was another credit score that was just the one that was not great. So definitely check your credit score. If you need to increase it, go to the bank, ask them how you can increase it so they can help you. Usually it's making sure you pay, not having any defaults, because just if you do have defaults in your payment, it will increase the rate they give you, and you might not get a good deal just because they've got that default. And sometimes they will say to maybe wait until the default goes, but the default is like 5 years until it comes off your credit file. So yeah, they don't tell you things like this in school, do they? So yeah, definitely do get financial advice if you need one, and advice from other people. But I always say people's house processes are never the same. You get some people, it's just a quick 4 weeks, because it's on average, I think some people it's like 8 weeks, 8 to 12 weeks done. Some people it's longer, which within December the 3rd we'd closed and everything. So we found the house like end of September time. So what, 2 months, 2.5 months, 3 months? So, which is not that bad, I don't think, to be fair. And it was during COVID, I forgot to say that. So during COVID, So the struggle was real. It was during COVID as well, so everything was just like up in the air. Everything was kind of not really set, and everyone was kind of apprehensive, but thank God we did get through it. Last thing in regards to like when you do get the house and doing the whole process, or prior, before you're about to, don't buy anything for the house unless you really know your style, because what you'll do is get excited like, oh, that sofa's gonna look nice, and then we nearly bought a sofa without even measuring the stupid house. And then my husband's friend came over and said, you do know if you buy this sofa, like, how do you know how long it's going to be, how wide, how, you know? And we're like, oh yeah. Like, you get so caught up in the excitement that you forget sometimes, like, oh, these are the rational things. So the sofa we actually wanted, we couldn't get just because it was going to be too big, and then the door would be over the door, you couldn't close the door. So stuff like the big purchases, I definitely say that either reserve them, wait until you know like their dimensions, until you know like this is how it's gonna look, or like for my sister, she got a new build, so she was able to go into the house, measure the house, and be like, oh, this is how it's gonna look. And then when she got those measurements, it's great, but if you don't, I would just reserve it. Just don't, unless you know that, oh, it's definitely gonna fit. And your decor and stuff, I would definitely say wait, just even the little trinkety things. Obviously people will give you gifts and stuff, but definitely like any big purchases or specific styles, I would wait, because I think once you get into the house, sometimes you get the feel of it, and then also throughout the process your house style can. This is just kind of the general things that I kind of felt and experienced. Anything financial, yeah, get a mortgage advisor, a broker. Don't go with the first person you go with as well. Think, wait, and do get advice from other people, just because some people do get paid commission based, so you can get people that are just trying to push a sale, sadly. But yeah, that's my advice. I don't know how many that was. I think it was just my kind of little snippet of how I got a house at 25. I did have help, so obviously I was very blessed in that sense, because I did have my partner, we did it together. But for those that, if you are doing it by yourself, definitely would say the financial side, be strict on yourself, be very determined with it and very set, and then after that you're kind of in a good place. If you get the savings in place, you do your research of the area as well, where you want to live, the type of house. I'll definitely say area beats anything else, because you may get a lovely house, but if the area isn't the area you like, or the area that's for you, you will suffer in the end. I think there's things that will affect you, especially if you want to live there for a long period of time. I hope you enjoyed the video. Those are my little nuggets of advice and what I experienced during me and my husband getting the mortgage. But yes, definitely let me know if you have any questions that I didn't touch upon, because I do know this wasn't really in depth. It's just more kind of my experience and the little quick things I think can help you in regards to kind of if you're starting off to find a house and looking for a house. I'll see you in the next one. Do like, comment and subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions, if I've missed out anything, and if you've gotten a house, what your experience was. We'll see you in the next one.